Alright guys, well as you've seen a second ago, I was out here watering our hoop house, and this wasn't the video that I was quite intending on, but I figured I might as well get into it. And that is a major kind of misconception that people have about constructing a hoop house. So a lot of gardeners out there, there's a lot of homesteaders out there who think that you have to have a hoop house or a greenhouse or something to grow in. And to be completely matter of fact, sometimes they're a lot more work than they are benefit to your homestead or your garden. And what I'm talking about is I'm sitting out here. There's still a lot of weeds that have to be pulled. This is the second year of this hoop house. They're not super expensive to build, but they're also not super cheap to build either, especially if you're just starting out and you have to order the supplies, underlayment, the frame, and then the actual garden beds. Some people will grow directly on the ground, and that's completely fine. I have another video that it's going to come out here pretty soon on the benefits and downsides of growing in raised beds. But today, like I said, I want to talk about the hoop house. And even with both doors open, with ventilation running in the summertime, it still gets well over 120 degrees in here, which is the highest our thermostat will go to. So it's probably closer to 130, 140 degrees, which is too hot for most plants, especially plants that we're growing here in Michigan. Tomato plants kind of wilt pretty quickly. You're going to experience cracking on the fruit. The only plants that I seem to have kind of enjoy the temperature are bell peppers. I don't know why. They seem to really thrive. We haven't had that hot temperature out here yet, but it seems to be that once the plants come into fruit, that's about the time that we're starting to experience those high temperatures. And it's super quick to warm up in here. Just the other day, it was averaging about 65 to 70 degrees in here. A little ray of sunshine came out and it shot right up to over 120 degrees. So it doesn't take long. It happens very quickly. So kind of temperature management is an issue that you have to worry about. In addition to that, weeds, until you can get all the weed seeds and plants pulled out of here, and then it's not so bad. And then last but not least is you still have to water. A lot of people forget about that, but we're completely covered in here, which is why I'm staying dry. And these plants in here, especially with that high temperature, need a lot of water. And I'm watering out here 2, sometimes 3 times a day in the early spring, and summer 4 to 5 times a day, just to keep the soil in here moist. I do have a water system that sprays water down this midline here, which is rocks, hoping that the water will evaporate, and as the water evaporates, that it creates some humidity in here. But it still takes a lot of water, it still takes a lot of work, and really there's not a huge benefit to growing in a hoop house compared to growing outside, unless you have something like this where you're starting your own seeds, and in that case the temperature still drops too much in here at night that it would be completely ill-advised to try to heat something like this, or even like a plexiglass greenhouse. In my opinion, really the only option you have where it'd be feasible to heat a space is going to be a glass greenhouse. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting a lot of money. But overall, I mean, it's worth it if you're starting seeds, kind of like we are. This is just kind of what's left over that hasn't been planted yet. So it's kind of a lot of the rough plants and some of the seeds that we just started that weren't going to take but a week or so to get going. But otherwise, it works out as a good storage area, and it works out great to store your chickens in over the winter time. They like the warm temperature, and they naturally poop and fertilize all of your garden beds, or you're growing directly in the ground. So that's another benefit. But otherwise, if you are getting a hoop house or a greenhouse, be prepared. It does take a lot of work. In fact, I feel like it adds more work to your chores than what it actually saves. So something to consider. If you like this video and you want more videos like this, please consider subscribing or giving us a thumbs up. It does help out with the videos, and it helps us understand what videos our viewers like. Other than that, I will check in with you guys next time.